What's going on, everyone? Going to start a new project here, or share something with you. This is a template that I usually share in the RevOps Impact newsletter, but it's essentially a sales process map, and it's one of the very first projects that you'll probably work with a new sales leader or a chief revenue officer, is to transform your sales process. So let's just go over an example. Let's say you have in row 2 here where it says current state, and I'm going to highlight it. You can see that they have all these different stages: qualified to buy, presentation scheduled, champion qualified, on and on and on. So I'm on the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. 11 stages to get to close one. That's a lot of steps. This is probably mid-market to an enterprise selling motion. There's a lot of sub-steps along the way, but I like to declutter the sales process to simplify it. So you can see here I have a stage 0 methodology where you have a qualification. You'll create a qualification framework to decide if it gets accepted into the pipeline. Discovery, value alignment, that's where you conduct the business ROI, technical feasibility, technical validation, or technical win, whatever you want to call it. The scoping, proposal, negotiation, close one. So keep it simple. And then in a sales process map, you want to be very clear around what's happening in your CRM. Is it the deal object, the opportunity object, depending on which CRM you're using? What's the purpose of that stage? And then what is the seller taking care of, and what is the expected action of the buyer? Now, you could have a deal inspection framework like Medic in place. This is great. It's also cumbersome for sales reps to fill out, but with the new AI capabilities layered on top of conversational intelligence tools, a lot of this gets filled in automatically nowadays. And then, when you're partnering with enablement and sales leadership, one of the very best things you can do is define what are the sales tools or assets that you're using in the middle of your sales process. So do you have a discovery guide, discovery workshop, framework? Discovery isn't a stage. I've often referred to it as an opportunity-wide activity that occurs throughout the life of the activity. So discovery just doesn't happen once. It happens over and over. Mutual action plans, scoping documents, and then obviously when you get to your CPQ, how do you refer to a pricing sheet for your quoting? Do you have guidance on how you create the quote? And then your, the different MSA and agreements. So you want to be very clear around what a sales process map is. It could be in the form of a bow tie, but I also like to think about it as this type of map view where you have rows and columns, and it's very prescriptive on what should happen. What is the governance that occurs step by step throughout the stages? So you might have something very similar. If you do, kudos to you. Continue refining it and work with your stakeholders to build what works for you in your business.